Good evening, council members and mayor. On September 10th, I spoke before the council regarding the nodes along El Camino. Nodes are at large intersections, for example, Mathilda Avenue. Does it come up? In order to avoid the urban canyon effect, I made a suggestion for the setbacks to be uniformly 15 feet and heights 1 story at the corner and 2 to 3 away from the corner. Tonight I would like to show some examples of what can actually happen when one builds too close. The first slide, The first slide is of a development of townhouses along El Camino in Palo Alto where Hyatt Ricky's used to stand. It's a poster child in that city for what's wrong with building design today. Too dense, 181 units, and too close to the street, and this is a 4-lane street in one direction. The sidewalk is only about 6 foot wide, and the strip 2 feet. Next slide. Next is the back of a grocery store along Alma. Again, it's too close, right next to the street. The sidewalk's about 4 feet and the strip about 2. And the so-called landscaping in the pots doesn't really help the situation. Next one. The last one has been voted the ugliest new building in the city, and the people really did vote on this. It's on Alma, is an affordable housing development, and has 50 units per acre. Planning Commissioner Keller compared it to a fortress in Europe, where one shoots arrows out the tiny windows. One sees just street, sidewalk, and a wall here. Besides being too close to the sidewalk and street, the buildings can be too high, as also seen in this slide. Even when set back from the sidewalk, the height shouldn't exceed certain limits, because it loses all proportion to the surrounding neighborhood. This slide, next one, shows a possible development at Butcher's Corner, El Camino and Wolf, which is also a node. Here, a 10-story building is being proposed among 1- and 2-story buildings. Besides being architecturally and aesthetically displeasing, it would cast very long shadows which would put many people in the dark for many hours of the day. We have an example of a building, next slide, in Sunnyvale also, which has invoked the ire of many residents nearby. It's only 6 stories high, but reduces the amount of sunlight for the people on Pine Avenue by 1.5 hours a day and leaves them with an undesirable view out of their windows. The other day I was humming the tune by the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun. I'm sure you know it. At the time, though, the text going through my head was, in the next slide, there goes the sun.
Can we ask you to wrap that up, please?
I know. One sentence. If buildings are so close and so high, we'll all soon be singing, There Goes the Sun. And that in a town which is named Sunnyvale. Thank you.